Hello everyone and welcome back for the class. Today I would like to discuss with you the concept of electromagnetic waves. Already the definition has been told to you what is electromagnetic waves, and there I have given you some properties also. Like electromagnetic waves travels with the speed of light, and the speed of light is given by, I have written like this, c is equals to 1 by root over mu naught epsilon naught. So these are things that we have already discussed. Along with that, I also told you in the previous class about the expression, how to represent an electromagnetic wave. Because you see, if it is an electromagnetic wave, it is not only made up of electric field, electromagnetic wave, it is both the electric as well as the magnetic components. Okay, it has both the electric and the magnetic components. So both will move with the same, what I can say, I can say velocity as well as I can say frequency. I can say the amplitude may be different, amplitude will be different, but the frequency, time period, all these things will remain the same for both the cases. So since it is a wave, and that too a sinusoidal wave, we have learned in class 11 that sinusoidal waves are represented by y is equals to a sine of omega t minus kx. So for that reason, I would like to express the electric field separately, magnetic field separately in this term. Suppose I have written the electric field, so it will be E, which is equals to E naught, means amplitude of the electric field, then sine of omega t minus kx I have written. Okay, got it? Now you see here, in this particular expression, with k is the propagation constant. Whatever we write, we can write x, y, z. If I write x, means that the wave is propagating along x-axis, means the wave is going along x-axis. If I have written y, then you say that it is moving along y-axis, and if I have written z, it will be along z-axis. So direction of propagation will be given by this term. With k, whatever we multiply, that is x, y, z in them. If this is the electric field, magnetic field also I can write B is equals to B naught sine of omega t minus kx, because I already said that this is a sinusoidal wave and they will travel with the same frequency. So omega cannot change, k will not change, the direction will remain the same. So within the sine term, whatever we are writing will remain the same. Only the difference I will get here is the electric, this is the magnetic field. And this one is the amplitude of the electric field and this one is the amplitude of the magnetic field. Yes? So this is the equation of an electromagnetic wave. Means separately for electric and separately for magnetic field. Now, if this is propagation, the direction, then what is the direction of electric field and what is the direction of magnetic field? You should remember that the electric and magnetic field are mutually perpendicular to each other and they in turn perpendicular to the direction of propagation. What I say, electric and magnetic field are perpendicular to each other, they are perpendicular as well as they are perpendicular with the direction of propagation. Okay, so there is a rule to remember, that is direction of propagation. Direction of propagation is equals to E cross B. So this one you have to remember. It cannot be B cross E, it will be always E cross B. Now tell me, in this particular case, what is the direction of propagation that we have considered? X. Another thing, suppose I have written omega t minus kx, that means with a minus if I am writing, don't think that it is along negative x-axis, it is along positive x-axis. If I have written with a positive sign, then it is the negative x-axis. So negative means it is positive x-axis, or if I have written minus ky, then it is positive y-axis, and if I have written minus kz, then it is positive z-axis. But if I have written plus, then it will be negative z-axis. Similarly, I have written plus, so it will become negative x-axis otherwise. Okay. So here my direction of propagation is I cap, isn't it? Means it is, because I am writing the unit vector. if I want to get unit vector, that to multiplied by two vectors, what I should get? Means I am getting I. So if I multiply j cross k, then only I will get I. If I have multiplied k cross j, will I get I? No, I will get minus I. But I need I. So it should be j cross I. If I compare these two, in place of j, the direction of what is given? Electric field. Means the electric field direction is j, that is along y-axis. Similarly, k is in place of b. So magnetic field is along z-axis. So I will write Ey here, I will write Bz. So hope it is clear to you. So that is the electric field, direction of propagation, all these things. Now, another thing for doing the sums you must remember is that c, speed of light, is equals to E naught by V naught. So what is c? C is speed of light in air. Means it is 3 into, if you have to solve it, so it will be 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So this is my speed of light and the relation we got it. So now we know the relation, we know all these things. Now is the time to solve some numericals. Let us do one numerical, then I will wind up. Will it be okay? Because that type of question will only come in exam. Suppose in your question it is given that there is an oscillating electric field. Oscillating. Oh, before I go to that part, I must draw it. How to represent it now? Graphically. So I have drawn. Suppose this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis, and this is my z-axis. Now tell me in which direction the wave is moving. Wave is moving along the x-axis. So as the wave is moving, it's a sinusoidal wave. So what I will do, I will draw a graph like this. It's okay. So this is a sinusoid. Now if I have drawn this way, the wave is moving along x-axis, but if I ask you in which direction the wave is changing, what you will say? Ma'am, it is along y-axis. Why? See, at 0, if I take it to be 0, after traveling certain distance, what happened? The value is increasing. At certain point is in maximum, then again it is decreasing. So in which direction the value is changing? The value is changing along what? Y. So according to my equation that I have already written, this should be E y. Okay. Now I have to draw the magnetic field also. I told you electric field, magnetic field, they are mutually perpendicular, and in return they are also perpendicular to the direction of propagation. Done? So already I said that B should be along z-axis. So z-axis is this one, but z should be coming out of the paper. If it comes out of the paper, if I draw like this, then does it mean that it is changing along z-axis? No. Why? If I draw like this, it looks like I am drawing perpendicular. So you cannot draw in this way. You have to draw little bit curved like this. Means it is coming out in this way. Then if you move to this part, so it will be in this way. Then again in this way. So it will continue. So this one, if I draw perpendicular, this is also maximum same time. So this is my Bz. If you want to check at which point it becomes maximum, this will also become maximum. It will become 0. It will become maximum at the same time. But the amplitude will be different. You can check this one is a bit larger, this is a bit smaller. It can be larger, smaller depending upon the cushion. But since I have drawn it, it may be a little bit not proper exactly like the real values. So this is how we used to represent an electromagnetic wave. Now, if I ask you to solve, so how to solve it? Suppose I have given an example. I just now said that there is an oscillating electric field E, and it is given by, I have written 240. It's my example, sine of, suppose I have written 2 into 10 to the power 11 t plus 300 pi x. Let me write it minus so that it becomes simple. Now if I ask you what is the angular frequency or wavelength, if I write the previous equation, original equation, it is E equals to E naught sine of omega t minus kx. Isn't it? So comparing, if I compare these two equations, E naught is equal to what? 240. Since it is an electric field, the unit will be volt per meter, or it will be what I have written, force, Newton per coulomb. In exam, anything can be given to you. And from there, omega equals to 2 into 10 to the power 10, 11. And from there, I can write k is equals to 300 pi. So these are the values that we, after comparing, we get getting. Now the next part is, after getting this, if I ask you wavelength, but we know that in class 11 we have studied k is equals to 2 pi by lambda. So hope k is equals to 300 pi. So it will be equals to 2 pi by lambda. So lambda will pi will cancel out. So lambda will be equals to 2 by 300. Solve it, you will get the answer. So this will come in meter. My first part is over. Now if instead of that I would have asked you frequency, not angular frequency, linear frequency. So since omega is equals to 2 into 10 to the power 11, so 2 pi frequency nu is equals to 2 into 10 to the power 11. So what will be my frequency? Frequency will be 10 to the power 11 divided by pi. Okay, this is how we have to calculate. The most important part, the last part of this question that might come in exam is write down the expression of the magnetic field. This is an electric field, so I must need the magnetic field. So how to find the magnetic field? Few minutes back I said that the magnetic equation will remain the same, but it will be P naught sine of, what will happen to the entire part? It will remain the same, that is 2 into 10 to the power 11t minus 300 pi x will be my answer. So it is repeatable like this. But in the question, this value electric field E naught is given, but B naught we don't know. So what we have to do, we have to write C is equals to E naught by B naught. So what will happen? My B naught will be equals to E naught by C. So E naught is 240, C is 3 into 10 to the power 8. Solve it and substitute the value. So that is okay now. But thing is that I missed another thing. I have to write down with x or z or what axis it is moving. Since minus is given, so it is what? The direction of propagation is positive x-axis. So I will write positive x-axis means direction is I cap. So it will be j cross k. Means it is E cross B. So my direction of electric field is j. This is my y. And direction of magnetic field is k. So this is my j. Then I have finished my answer. Hope it is clear to you. So this type of sums might may come in exam. So you should be very careful in understanding the question, knowing the equation. The main thing is that my main equation, it should be in your mind. Sometimes what happens, this will not be given in this way. They will give you in this way. I will write. Suppose I have given 300 pi x plus 2t. It can be given in this way also. Then my original equation I have to write E is equals to E naught sine of, I will write kx plus omega t. So that is the difference only. Depending upon the given question, you can write your own equation. Check it where is my t and where is my x. And whether it is plus or whether it is minus. Hope it is clear to you. And the next part, that is the electromagnetic spectrum. Whatever I have given you as a note, you go through it along with the uses. Kindly study the topic under it, the detection and production. Okay then, till then, thank you everyone.